Hello, viewers, and welcome back to our podcast. My name is Dr. Alison Chiwara. I am the CEO and founder of Human Focus Limited, a company that is dedicated to creating happier and healthier workforces all around. But we love the growth, the potential of growth in humans, and that is what drives businesses into success. So today, I really want to talk about success and redefining it. It's a journey beyond borders, beliefs, and boundaries. And that's what I want to focus on today. So let's begin on this journey where we go beyond just the ordinary definition of success. So today I want to go into something slightly deeper and just see success through a lens that merges philosophies from every corner of the world, like I love to do, from Zen Buddhism to African proverbs, and of course, the Stoic reflections of the ancient Greece to the spiritual teachings of India. I really want to travel the world with this today. And each culture has its own wisdom on what success should feel like, and also how it should resonate within us, and what it actually means to make it a deeply personal experience and call it my success, our success. So, do allow me. I want to just go beyond the material into the mystical. So, there's a story from ancient China, I believe, that tells of a young man. He was restless, relentless, and super ambitious. And he was approached, or rather, he approached a very wise man and said, I want success, he declared. And you know what the wise man said? He says, if you choose the wind, it will always evade you. But seek instead to be rooted, that groundness that we speak about, and the wind will find you. I love that. So success, as we often define it, almost feels like we are chasing the wind, doesn't it? I mean, we aim for accolades, don't we? Positions, the wealth, the approval. But is that truly our success? I've always wondered, or just what the world says it should be? I've always really pondered and wondered on that. What is success? Well, in India, they say the world is a mirror. It reflects your soul back to you. And this means that our narrative of our success mirrors who we are on the inside, our aspirations, sometimes even our limitations and our fears. What if? What if success for each of us isn't about the race? What if it's just about finding that stillness, about grounding ourselves, like the wise men say to the young man in China, and finding purpose, like that young man, and letting the wind find you? I want us to just take a deep breath here and think, how often, and let's be true to ourselves, how often do we define success in terms of inner peace, self-understanding, or even our own personal fulfillment? And why do we sometimes avoid those definitions as though they're, somehow less anyway? But yet, it's probably one of the most important ways of defining success. I want us to look at it as well through a lens, as I said, of just going around the world with us, I think. So in Africa, there's a proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I use this all the time, maybe too often than I should do. Therefore, for me, success in an African context is often rooted in community, Ubuntu, in collective growth and responsibility. If we then compare that with the Western idea of pulling yourself up by your bootstraps, the glorification of individual achievement, well, that's two ways of defining success. In Africa, we're huge on Ubuntu. And then we look at Japan. I shared a few weeks ago on the concept of Ikigai, which translates to reason for being. Ubuntu, may I go back? The African Ubuntu says, I am because we are. Well, Ikigai, as I said the last time, is found at the intersectionality of four things: what you love, what you're good at, what the world needs, and what you can be paid for. And think of how different that sounds from the drive to simply get ahead. That's a whole different way of looking at success. With Ikigai, success is about alignment, really. It's a life where personal passions, skills, and contributions almost have this incredible and almost synthesized way of harmonizing itself. It's almost like a dance, isn't it? It's almost musical when I think of it. Therefore, I think, is success then individual or is it collective? Is it about inner or outer peace? The more I have been looking into this, I think perhaps it's both. It's a fusion. Just as we're fusions of all the places, the people, and the experiences that have shaped us along our lives, I still feel that our success is defined by the fusion of all of those connectivities. But then again, there's a parable in Greece that goes something like, a young man once sat by the sea, don't quote me, and I hear that he was carefully collecting stones and then piling them up together quite high. And a passerby who happened to stop up and says, what are you actually doing, young man? And the man replied, well, I'm just trying to build a monument to show how much I've achieved. Well, the passerby actually laughed and said, well, but the tide will come and wash it all away. And the young man said, well, then I will build it again. So, who defines the narrative of success in your life? Is it the tide? Is it? Which rises and falls? Or is it the passerby who questions you? The people that come into your life that question you? The people that come into your life that challenge you? Or the man who continues his work undeterred? Sometimes success is simply the act of just doing, of continuing, despite the odds and opinions that surround us. And for me, that has always defined my success in a very strange way. Very, very strange way, is that it's just about doing. It's just about continuing. Whatever the odds, whatever the opinions, I'll just keep doing. And if we are honest with ourselves, what I find is we can actually admit to this, to that some of our success narratives have been written for us by others. So it could be our families, our societies, or even cultures that mean, they mean well, but really don't fully understand us as individuals, as human beings. So here's a question to think about. Are you building your monument for yourself or for others to see? You see, there's the question. In many Eastern philosophies, and I said I will take you to the world and back, success is actually seen as something to be earned on a soul sort of level. So something not measured by wealth or power, but how close you align your life with your true self. Lao Tzu says that man conquers the world by conquering himself. So there's a kind of freedom that actually comes from when we stop, sort of letting our external measures define us, the people in our lives, the societies, our communities, when we just start having that freedom that transcends paychecks, titles, our homes, our accolades, then life begins to have meaning. And it's often found, if I can say, in the stillness, the small moments, the silent victories. And in Japan, they call it shibumi, shibumi. So those still moments, those small moments and our silent victories. And it's just simple like that. And it's the art of effortless perfection, where your achievement don't need to be showcased because the satisfaction just lies in the thing itself. It's within. Then I've often also wondered, what if success were like that for all of us? What if success was a secret between you and the universe? You know, I just wonder. But again, I wanted to take us on a journey of looking at success differently, where other people don't come out and celebrate loudly, but actually they are doing something of significance to them. That's powerful. There are some of us that like to showcase our success. That's also okay. As we learn people, as we learn cultures, intersectionality, we begin to understand that success is defined completely differently in each and every one of us. Where we've traveled, the people we've connected with, our life experiences really shape that narrative for us. So, of course, I didn't want to leave the segment without actually looking at success in different areas of our lives, like our homes, our work, and of course, our relationships. So, success is, I think, in work, generally, might traditionally mean maybe climbing the ladder, achieving all of the accolades that one can get in that position, and perhaps even being celebrated for achievements. That's great. But it can also mean creating value that lasts. Even if unseen, there's so many people that work in the background of Google, Meta, Microsoft, AWS, Amazon, name them all. Tesla, all of these amazing, amazing organizations, they have people that have achievements that are unseen and they never really mention them. So it could just be you are creating that value in the background, unseen perhaps. But success in relationships often, sort of lies on this sort of equally challenging level of vulnerability. We might fear being truly open, thinking it may make us even appear weak. But there's a poet called Rumi who said, you have to keep breaking your heart until it actually opens. I don't know how far true it is. I don't know how far painful that is. But I hear that it is the art of just being vulnerable. So continuously breaking ourselves so that we can be truly open. And success in relationships generally is the courage to be real, to share our true selves, and to see others in their fullness. That, my dear friends, is true success. And of course, at home, perhaps the most personal of all, success is actually having a peaceful home, a kind of sacred contentment that, needs no applause, no external validation. Some Persian poet once wrote, the words that you speak become the house that you live in. I absolutely love this phrase. It says that the words that you speak become the house that you live in. What words are we using to define our personal narratives? Just think about it for a good moment. The words you speak become the house that you live in. So my question is, what words are we using to define our personal narratives in all areas of our lives? Now, I started off with saying, how do we define success? What is success for you? Is it something you reach, or is it a journey? Is it a state of being even? But I want to feel that we can agree that success doesn't look the same for everyone. And that this diversity is part of the beauty, isn't it? Is this diversity of thinking differently, seeing things differently, and things not being the same for all of us is truly the beauty in diversity. Perhaps we can. Because, We can agree, can't we? Because if success is personal, then so are its parts. So we have to disagree to agree on what success means for each and every one of us. There is no single way of up the mountain. Some go all the way around. Some would just go straight up on a rock. Some would just climb it up slowly, beautifully, looking back down to see what they've conquered. Some will get to the top and cheer loudly. Some will get to the top and put up a flag to showcase their achievement and leave it there. Some will simply sit and marvel at what they've done. Success is personal, and so are its parts. There is no single way of really conquering and figuring out what success truly is. And who's to say that one path is better than the other? We have looked at how people view success around the world, the philosophies that define life around the globe. So, as we close, I want to leave you with this question. What if success was defined by the moments that make us feel truly alive, deeply seen, and wholly ourselves? The moments that make us truly alive, feel seen, and allow us to be wholly ourselves. That's powerful. And then what if? What if? Today, I want to just talk about the what ifs. Let's think. Let's dig deep. What if, instead of asking ourselves how successful we are, what about if we started asking, how fulfilled am I today? How aligned am I today? How grateful am I today? Well, that does change the narrative, isn't it, of what success is in our day. And these are the questions only we can answer. And the answers, mind you, may change with time, as all things do. And that's fine. I truly want to thank you for joining me on this, sort of mind-searching, shall I say, and globe-trotting podcast. And may I say, may your journey to success, whatever it means to you, be one of discovery, one of peace, and one that truly belongs to you. One that truly fulfills you, aligns with you, and one that you're truly grateful for. Thank you for spending an extra time with me. From me to you, from human focus to your organization, and to your household. Until next time, it's goodbye from me.